Plaintiff April Judd moved in with the defendant after they started dating, and she claims that's when he became physically abusive. April says the defendant assaulted her in front of her son and even choked her until she passed out. April is suing her ex for unreturned property and emotional distress. Defendant Justin Martinat says April is a drug addict who sells her son's medication, and she's the one who went to jail for abusing Justin. Justin's countersuing for damaged property and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, me and Mr. Martinet met in June. We moved in together in roughly the middle of June. July 23rd, me and him got into an altercation. I woke up and he was standing on top of the bed screaming at me.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Let her finish. Go ahead.
Okay, so the altercation got a little worse.
Did you know what it was about?
Oh yeah, I was asleep and I was sweating, and he had a problem with me being asleep and sweating. So he was yelling at me. Okay, so then the police.
How'd that end?
It didn't end very well, sir.
Tell me.
He took me and my disabled son and he put us outside and locked the door.
And to your understanding, it's all because you were sweating while you were asleep.
That's what the fight was started over, yes.
Okay, and it got so heated he put you and your son out immediately, you're saying?
No, we were arguing for a little bit, and
What day did he put you all out?
He actually, like, physically grabbed me. I have evidence of bruising and things like that.
What date was that?
It was July 23rd.
Oh, the same day? That's what I was saying. He
yes,
put
sir.
you all out
yes,
the
sir.
same day?
It was the same day.
Okay.
He put us outside. My son was crying at the door wanting his shoes and his phone, and me the same thing. I wanted my shoes and my phone. I had just woken up out of bed. I didn't have anything. The police come. They see defensive wounds on him, which are scratch marks across his chest. They put me in jail. August 1st, he bonds me out of jail. He was there with my best friend twice a week, telling me that he's not going to hit me again, telling me that things are going to be different when I get out. He took my son's disability money on August 1st and bonded me out of jail. So August 13th, we have another altercation. My son is outside screaming that Justin was choking me. Someone in the neighborhood calls the police, and the police come. Justin's outside saying that I'm not even there because I'm unconscious in the kitchen from being choked, okay? The police come, they put him in jail for lying to the cops and saying that I wasn't there because my son was outside telling the cops everything. They also put me in jail for breaking a bond, which was me. I wasn't supposed to be around him.
Well, you had a restraining order?
Yes, he bonded me out. He took me home. He wouldn't let my best friend come and see me because I had bruises all over me.
Your Honor,
Now, hold on, I'll let you give your entire defense. So, July 23rd, jailed. August 1st, he bailed you out. All right, and then on August 13th, you say he was choking you, and
I have video evidence
and he
of
lied.
my son.
Okay, and then he lied to the police, saying that you weren't there. So both of you all, in essence, were violating the restraining order. Okay, good enough. We got that out of the way, sir. Let me allow you to give some background here.
Yes, sir. I had no restraining order on me. It was her versus me. Like, she's not supposed to be anywhere near my property.
Then why did you bond me
Her son
out?
had no place to live, so I allowed her to come back in my home as long as we could try to work something out. I was trying to be peaceful and continue a relationship. She and him, her son was living in his house in a closet.
And we still...
When I met them...
It's not a closet.
And she is a drug addict, Your Honor. She sold her son's Adderall And
That's not
you know,
true,
I didn't know
Robert.
all that until I allowed them to come into my home once I seen the conditions of how they were living before.
You
And
stole $1,200
all
from
I
my
wanted
son.
to do,
Let him finish.
all I wanted to do was, you know, eventually have a family and, you know, just, be a good human. And obviously that was the
beat up.
worst mistake I ever had in my life, was even meeting this woman.
What were you all falling out about and fighting?
Well, I was the only one bringing in income other than whatever disability check that she went to go party on, pretty much, not to pay bills or to do anything.
Her son's disability.
Yes, sir. And not to actually give him any money for him. The only witnesses I've ever had of her having that money is to
Okay,
party
let me
with.
ask about these incidents. She says you got on her because she was sleeping and sweating while she sleeps. Therefore,
that's-
you all had an altercation and you put her and her son out. Did that happen?
Once
And the police
I have all
came
the
and
police
you-
reports right here, and my roommate
Just
was.
tell me, did that happen?
No, I did put her out, yes, sir, but that's once she started swinging on me like a full-grown man.
Why did you wake her up? Was
I
it
did-
as she described what happened?
No, sir. We were both talking and sleeping nice and peaceful. I don't know what she's talking about. I wasn't
And then
standing
what
on the bed.
happened when you were sleeping peacefully? It went from sleeping peacefully to putting them out. So
Once
why
she-
you put her out?
Because when you any male versus female,
How did it start?
I don't know. She
Give
just
me
went
the
off.
birds and the bees. What?
One minute she's saying she was sweating, but she can't. She has to have cover on her. I'm like, I got the AC blaring. If you're sweating, let's move
Somebody
the
goes
covers.
to jail for that.
Yes, sir. Hurt.
All right. You bail her out August 1st. And then August 13th, she says you were choking her, and when the police came, you lied about her being there. Why did you tell the police she wasn't there?
Because
if you did?
she's the one that isn't supposed to be around my property, and I have all the
I
police
got
reports.
you. What did you tell the police? Did you say she's here or not?
No, sir. I did say that she wasn't here to try to protect her.
All right,
She
so you
wasn't-
lied to the police. Let's move on now.
But she was safe. She wasn't unconscious. I have the reports right here of the officers.
The question is, did you all both violate the protection order on that day? The answer is yes.
Yes.
And unreturned property, what is that, ma'am?
I have my bed, my son's bed, my son's TV, my son's audiobooks. My son is legally blind. He needs audiobooks. This man will not give my son's things back. He took 2 pairs of my son's glasses. There are things that
Okay.
that my baby had when he was a
Did
baby.
you try and get them back?
My dad's went over there twice to try to get them back. He's tried to get them back.
And what happened?
I've got some text messages here saying that I will never see my things again, and in a little bit my things won't matter.
Let's see them. Let's see the text messages.
Also, I also have pictures of me the day that I got out of jail. They have dates on them.
I will
with,
address this choking that you say your son observed.
there's a video.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Hi, whoever's watching this, I have something to tell y'all. Oh, I've been having some horrible things. What's been going on with this guy who I used to be living with. So now, I'm living with my papa, and after that, Justin grabbed my mom by the neck, and he slammed her down. And then next, he pushed us out the door. He tried to push us out the door, but I went past him, and I ran straight to my room and I locked the door.
All right, did you give that to the police?
No, they haven't seen that, sir.
Why didn't you give it to them? He would
This was
certainly
just
have been
recorded.
prosecuted.
This was just recorded a few days ago.
Why didn't you record it then?
I have the police report where it does say
That your son told them
my
that?
son, yes, sir.
Your son said he saw
Told
him
you.
choking you.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what I need. Someone having April Judd was allowed. Child stated Mr. Justin grabbed Miss by the neck and threw her to the ground. All right. Sir, you want to respond to that?
Yes, sir. I have all the police reports right here, and every single time the officers...
Talking about this one in particular.
I have
That's
all
we're
of them.
talking about.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about this one in particular. I've heard you. I have all of them. I don't want all of them. I want this, or you to address this, where the son, her child, says he saw you. He told the police that.
Yes, sir.
So address that incident.
I can tell you right now that I am against any man putting their hands on a
All
female.
right. Good
I
enough.
want you to say, I have more evidence, sir.
What is that?
This is evidence of the day that I got out of jail.
What is it saying? 'Cause he the one
when
got you
he
out.
beat me up. Those are bruises
After
on-
bailing you out, he beat you up.
before bailing me out.
Before bailing you out.
On the 23rd, those are the bruises that were from me on the 23rd.
And this is what you went to jail for.
That's what I went
All
to
right.
jail for.
That's not what we're discussing right
I
now,
understand.
man.
I know. I'm just trying to prove the case of
Ma'am,
me
prove
being
it by
beat up.
discussing what we're discussing. All right, sir. And her property. What do you say to that?
Yes, sir. Aaron here has actually made 3 trips to my home. 2 I have on police record.
Do you have any texts where you acknowledge that he or a family member came to get her property?
Yes, I have it actually on my cell phone. He actually...
And your cell phone's not here, right?
No, it's in my pocket. I
All
have
right,
all
let's
that
read it.
information.
Let's read it. Read it.
I actually know
You
it-
just said you reached in your pocket and said
feel-
you had it.
I feel these
Judgment
things
for
in
the
my
plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed.
Thank you,
Have a good
sir.
day. Come on. Come on, Liv. Come on. Hey, right here.
Stop hitting women, loser.
There's no proof of that.
Because you beat me up and you
Beat
stole
you up.
my son's things. You're a loser and
Why are you-
liar.